13th. Excuse me. I've got our automatic watering system hooked up as of yesterday, but we can see that that's how we had to do it. I've got 4 empty cages here, but this was bought off of Amazon. You get 10 nipples, 19 foot of hose, the thingy to go into the bucket, and I ended up having to use 2 different, actually I bought three of them to do 3 different bucket systems, but I ended up having to use every bit of the hose because, well, when you do this is 16 feet, and then I got another 16 feet. And then you got to go times 2, and then this runs out and actually connects to them out there too. And then when I get that other 16-footer cage, the 10 in here, will go on this side and come up here, and that's going to be ran off a bucket system too. And then I'm going to try to get the boys moved on the outside of this pen, possibly, I'm not sure yet, and run them into it too. That way we'll have 2 bucket systems running all the rabbit cages. And I was pretty impressed how they automatically know. It's amazing that they just know that. And we had 2 mamas that were supposed to be due yesterday, never kindled, and they still haven't today. So I want to try to show you guys. This is how this is ran. Each cage has a nipple in there. They're wanting hay. And then you can see that these guys are drinking right now. Theirs. And then this runs up. My husband says we're going to have to get some black insulating foam so this hose doesn't get hot during sitting in the sun during the day, which, you know, I think that's would be a good idea. Hi, Mama. Or you're not a mama, but you are a little girl. These are this mama's babies down here. And they're dumping their grain out. My husband said he thinks that we're not going to be feeding them any more grain. Pellets anyways, because we feed alfalfa hay, and that's really, you don't really have to feed pellets anyways, as long as they're getting a good high protein, and they should be going pretty good. So that being said, I'm going to try to get some of those cages unhooked. My husband actually used the wheelbarrow to carry the 6 that was over there. Carried the wheelbarrow over here and actually got it up in here, and then him and I just carried and scooted it as close as we could get it to that. And then we did that yesterday morning on Mother's Day before he went to his mom's and I went to go visit Courtney for just a little bit, Marcellus, at the Dollar General. She had lots of people looking at her car. Her car is pretty. I mean, she had it redone again, color-wise. Put some serious flakes in it. And my goal this week is to get this down, get that tore down, get my feeders cleaned up, get that bucket out of there, get my that out of there, and then my husband's gonna scoop this muck that's in here and then clean the girls' pen out sometime, their lean-to, and then I want to try to get that. I would like to have a gate up there, but we'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. But I've got to go pick up some freezer rabbits for our dogs, and that being said, I'll get back with you guys later today, so stay tuned. Got back from the butcher. 17 rabbits here. and I asked to see if they saw anything suspicious. He said, no, you always have good, healthy animals. So that being said, what I thought we had, we did not have. So it was just a little cold from just, the sneezing and coughing and then losing most of the babies. But it wasn't what I thought it was. So that makes me happy knowing that what I decided to do with giving the rabbits the medicine that they had got, that cleared up whatever it was. And then just knowing that, it's okay. Because these, anyways, go just directly to our dogs. But with that being said, I feel very good about my decisions that I made with my rabbits. And knowing that they don't have coccidity. And that they didn't have any respiratory problems, because the butcher told me, that they did have a rabbit come in one time, that was just a couple weeks ago, that had a big pussy abscess down by the heart and liver and lungs, and it was bigger than the heart and lungs put together, and had very hard trouble breathing, and did a lot of sneezing and stuff prior to that. But thankfully, you can butcher rabbits that are like ill like that, for instance, and still be able to eat them without any effects or anything like that. But with that being said, I'm going to get these guys weighed. I'm just curious to see what this box weighs and see how much, average this out to see what each rabbit weighed specifically, and then get them in the freezer. I got to leave one out so I can cook for the dogs for their dinner. Well, actually be for breakfast tomorrow because they have dinner for tonight. So, but yeah. So I threw grass seed down right in this area, right where you can tell where some grass is growing, but I threw a landscaping grass down along the house here and all the way around here, and then put it even on the green grass there. Went all the way up to here and then came down. You guys could probably see them on the ground. See all the little seeds? Right down here. And then I went from here all the way back around to here. But see, there's this small little bed around this. And I'm going to take some of these, and I'm actually going to plant that around this tree. I think that it would be pretty easy to clean this out real quick, which wouldn't be a problem. And then I'm going to seed it with some of this wildflower seed and see if anything doesn't come up. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to go ahead and seed some more of that, and then seed my other big flower bed out there with this. This says it does 1,000 square feet and has over 50,000 seeds in it. So we're going to see. So I'm going to clean that out real quick. I'm going to throw some in here, and then I'm going to throw some in the big one, and I'll show you guys when I'm done. I got that done, and it's seeded. As you can see, the brown around it. I did it pretty heavenly. So hopefully this does it. We have a big storm coming. That's why I'm trying to get everything planted, and it is on its way because I checked the radar. It'll be here about 5:30. It's already about 4:30. So I did plant some shade stuff in here, and I can see that it has came up actually already, which is great. I'm going to sprinkle some stuff just where I see bare spots at to try to fill it in, I think, and then use the rest somewhere else. But I still have, there's quite a bit left. I filled this one in, and then I went over here, which I didn't have much left, and I just dumped the rest of the bag in this little area right here, because I put some of that Dollar Tree stuff over here, and I don't see that it's came up. And this little ducky here, she's going downhill. My husband's trying to keep water close to her and feed so she can have it, but she can barely walk anymore and barely moving from anywhere. So it's about time that she'll end up stop eating like the other one did, and then my husband is going to have to put her down, which we kind of know that when it comes to meat ducks, they're not made for pets. They are specifically made to grow fast and be produced. So I did stick some of that wildflower stuff in here, and I can see that some of this came up already where I put it. Oh no, I planted zinnias in here, I think is what it was. But I can already see where I planted it at that there's stuff coming up. But this bed will be beautiful once it gets filled in. I can only keep adding stuff to it and hope that it fills completely in. But I mean, hostas, they make stuff fill in pretty nice, which is always nice to have. But when it comes down to it, I'm not for sure. But I have plans to make a wooden bed. I think my end pieces are 2 feet. So I'm going to start on that, and hopefully I can get that at least built before the rain comes. And then maybe tomorrow, which they're not calling for rain, but then I can come back out and start putting some brush in it and filling it up. Or maybe just to even finish it would be nice. But I think I'm just going to go a 6-footer on it maybe, so it matches the same length as the rest of my beds instead of going a whole 8 feet. But I really wanted to use those and not just have 2-foot cutoffs. But yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make it an 8-foot bed. So I'm going to go grab my 2x4s that I have, and I'm going to get this put together real quick. And then all I got to do is drag that piece of thingy down here. And then hopefully tomorrow for Friday, I'm going to dig up my plants that died, take them back to TSC, and either get my money back, or if they got more of the same plant, then I'll just exchange them out. But that's two red grapes that didn't come back, a white lilac, and then one of my figs down there didn't come back that I got from them. So that being said, we'll see what they can do. But as of right now, I was thinking about pulling these and actually putting them over there. I want my husband to till that up back there, because I'm thinking of planting these blueberry trees back there. But I know my husband wants to get these 2 trees down sometime. Oh, I think it said when this is down, he's going to make them go that way. So I probably could technically put them over there. And if that's the case, I want to get me one more. They're $10.99 right now at Family Farm and Home, which isn't bad. But we've got loads of berries. And then I wanted to give you guys an update on the garden. We've got almost every one of these are got sprouts in them. This one's got a sprout coming. That one's got a sprout. There's a sprout. I'm not sure if you guys can see a sprout in there, but I can't. I'm just saying because of my eyes. That's got some sprouts in it that I can't tell. And then my red potatoes all are coming up too, so I'm very happy about that. Then the asparagus, we still got stuff coming up. Purples. I kind of want to do all purples from now on if I can. And then what I've planted already, which they seem to be doing all right. Tomatoes and pepper plants. Some more pepper plants, more tomato plants, more pepper plants. And then we've got this blackberry that I got to dig back up and take back. This blackberry is doing fine, as you can see. It actually grew a little more. This raspberry plant is doing fine. It's trying to go. Then I've got 2 more pepper plants here, and then this raspberry plant, it's not doing nothing. So I'm going to dig it back up and take it back and just deal with it then. And then my herbs here, my cucumbers, my onion sprouts, That's some lavender, and then a purple coneflower that I'm going to plant somewhere up in there. Yeah, I can smell rain already. Yeah, it's going to storm. But I'm also going to try to dig up sometime this week my other red grape so it can be put up here and vine this. No garlic came up in none of these beds. I don't know what happened. I know they weren't that great. They were kind of smushy when I planted them, but I went ahead and did it anyways. But we should have a ton of strawberries coming, so I'm going to go up there and grab those and check my 2 does that was supposed to have kindled yesterday and see if they don't have any babies yet. But that being said, it's always nice to have a butcher tell you that you do a very good job with your animals, that when you bring them in, they're one of the best animals that come in from other people's. That's some real encouraging words, you know, healthy bunnies and nice, clean, and healthy chickens. It's nice to know that. And once we get, you know, the meat bird area done and we start raising them more often, it'll be even more beneficial for us, because if they want to forage, they can, and if not, that's fine. But whew, the wind picked up too. It's so dark in there because of all the trees. But yep, thank you everybody, and stay tuned. So basically how it's going to go is, I believe these are 2 foot. I'm going to have to measure again just to make sure. Now my beds are technically 3 feet apart, but I don't think I have enough wood to do 3 feet. I know I've got 2 other longer pieces that are like 4-footers, but I don't think I have enough to do, that would give me 3 3-footer pieces, but I'd still be short one. So I'm like, I don't know how I should technically do this, but this is what I'm going on, and I'm going to get this put together. So I got those together. My husband is on his way home, so I've got to go start dinner. And I'll probably have to be able to finish this tomorrow. Maybe I can get him to actually cut the 8 foot by 1 foot tall plywood on both sides, and then 2 foot wide and 1 foot high for that. And then I can actually put this together tomorrow. That's the goal. Now I also wanted to try to get the rabbits moved out of that barn into there, and I didn't get to that today, which is fine. I just got to be able to do it sometime this week and then get them into there. That's the goal. So goals can only be set and then get to them when you can. So thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Till next time, God bless.